this thing that was said so long ago continues to be remembered.
And hate is just a different way of saying, I'm killing you with my words.
Welcome, woven ones. This is Generations Woven, where the voices of 3 generations blend into one tapestry of truth, laughter, love, and life.
There's an invisible thread that ties us all through the rises, through the falls. We are stronger when we stand as one, together shining like the sun.
There is a word someone has said to you that you still hear in your head. You know exactly which one. Today we're talking about the words that shaped you, the ones that hurt, the ones that healed, and the ones you might still be carrying without even realizing it. This episode might hit close to home. Good. That means it needed to be said, so stay with us. We're talking about words that hurt. Can you think of anything in your life that comes to you when you think of that?
Yes. It's one of those phrases that continues over the last 22 years
Oh,
that has popped up at different moments of my life. At good moments, at bad moments, at growth moments where this this thing that was said so long ago continues to be remembered. When I used to think of it, it upset me.
Hmm.
Now, I just look at it as, something that possibly helped drive me to become who I've become. I was in high school. I had had my daughter already, so I was 17, she was a few months old maybe, and I was struggling with, you know, just life. I have a kid at home, and I had to get her to daycare and all the things with life, and I think I was missing some school and not showing up every day, and this, friend of mine came up to me and said, "Hey, so and so teacher said that you're never gonna amount to anything."
Why do teachers do that? Help me understand that.
ooh.
So he didn't tell me that the teacher didn't say it directly to me,
Wow.
but he said it in front of everybody, and this person shared it with me. I had no reason to doubt that. Why would he come up to me, this friend, and make that up? So I knew, like, that hurt. And I remember over the years as I achieved things or did things that I continued to kind of think back to that because it would pop up that I'll never mount anything. As I kept amounting to things, there's always been that little part of me that wanted to
Mhm.
go and find that person and say, "Hey,
You were wrong.
that yes, you were wrong, and why did you say that?"
Mm.
And let everybody else hear that, and then it got back to me. So, for years, it was something that I think pushed me a little bit, but out of, as I was, thinking about this episode and today and the things that people are shared, I mean, there's of course things that people have said to me outside of that, but that's one that hit because I was young and
Mhm.
I was struggling. And I had a kid. Like, he doesn't realize what my life was like.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one though, if I
Hurt.
could, yeah. I remember like at one point, I looked up, not to be whatever, I looked up like, the average salary of a teacher.
Hmm.
And I was like, I might be making more than you now, is what I thought. But in the same sense, it's like, that was me at that point thinking like, ha, but I've had those thoughts of
Mm.
that, over many years. So that's the words that stuck with me. And now I look at it as whatever was going on with him
Mhm.
or whatever opinion he had, like maybe he thought he was, "Oh, I'll just talk about a student in that way." It obviously wasn't
How
right.
unethical, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
in front of everybody. But
mhm,
actually, you actually alluded to it when you said maybe those words were needed to inspire you to say, "I'll show you, you're wrong."
mhm,
And sometimes that's what we need. That might not work for everybody, but
mhm,
I think I'm gonna take a leap here and say I think all 3 of us we have a little bit of a rebel in us.
Oh, no, not me.
Yes, Judy, sorry,
Well,
no.
we're all at the right place at the right time for some
Absolutely.
reason. So it
Yes.
was said for some reason.
Yes.
And maybe that was something that pushed me through moments where I didn't realize I
Mhm.
needed it.
Right.
So again, it stuck.
Mm.
I'm not saying I was a fan of it at first, but
No.
I've come to look at it a little differently.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hold weight on me like it
Used to.
used to.
Because we are the ones that gives the words power. We
Mhm.
are. And I'll tell you my story. So I have two sisters. I'm a middle child, and my oldest sister is gorgeous. She has long blonde hair, these beautiful green eyes. She was literally built like Marilyn Monroe, this tiny little waist, just this little figure, and gorgeous. And people would say, "You have a beautiful sister. She is just gorgeous." And then I have a younger sister who is so smart. She has 6 or 7 degrees, very smart. And her life is just so methodical in how it happened. And then there was me in the middle. And I didn't feel very beautiful, or I didn't feel very smart either. And that haunted me for a while because people wouldn't say anything then about the middle one till there was a phase where I kind of made it okay for myself. And I said, "You're beautiful, you're smart, and I'm both."
Mm,
And the moment that I started to believe that, I formed an opinion of myself, regardless of what everybody else was saying,
mhm.
that I could live with, that I could live up to. And today it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My younger sister will be 60 next year. So nobody cares about who's the prettiest and who's the smartest.
Yeah,
It's not important,
it's
but it was then.
yes, and that's the thing. We don't realize that at certain points we put such weight
No.
on
Huge.
things that
Mhm.
you look back and you're just like, why did that bother me so much? Why did I let that be my truth?
Right.
And as we get older and we can recognize what is our truth, because I relate to you. My sister is gorgeous
Mm.
and she's my older sister. And I always had to hear how gorgeous my sister was. And if you look at like the photos of us when I was in high school and her, I'm like chunky cheeks,
Oh,
braces,
oh,
my
oh.
hair is like in a ponytail, so which is not very flattering. And then there's my gorgeous sister who's like dark tan skin and just beautiful smile. And so it was very
Mm.
I remember those days. So I
Mm.
hear you and I it took me a long time to get to the point where it's like I'm beautiful too.
Right.
I
In a
agree.
different way.
And it yes,
Yeah. And it's
yes.
not one's better than the other one. It's different. We're unique.
But we compare.
Oh my gosh.
We
That
compare
comparison.
siblings, but we also compare against friends or
Mm.
anybody. I mean, we're just I think nature makes us
Yeah.
do comparisons until we I mean,
Stop.
I think
Yeah.
we always compare a little bit, but I think at this point we get to an age or a moment in our thought process where we don't let that lead.
I'm just don't want to compete.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
I'm to the
easier.
point in my life where I'm me,
That's
you know?
nice. It must be just,
It's
well,
good.
I think I'm there too. So 60s, if you're like getting close to that, you just breathe and go, "Oh, good for you."
Well, I think you ladies are helping me get there way faster, right? I feel like I'm on like hyper speed in my growth with having the two of you
Oh,
and everything we're
thank
going
you.
through.
That's nice.
But it is
Yeah.
I can see where when we have somebody to look at who
Yes.
is portraying kind of that confidence or the wisdom and you can take from that and learn and piece those pieces into your own life and see the whole perspective. I think that's part of all of our growth is having people to
Mhm.
look up to and grow from.
That's the whole purpose of Generations Woven.
That is true. But why does words have such an incredible impact? Isn't there a saying about sticks and stones can
Break your
break your
bones,
bones, but
but
words,
words
It never
something
hurt me.
what
can never
words can
hurt?
never hurt me. Yes, that's the way to
Mhm.
say it to help you
Yeah.
not let those words
But
have power.
I've seen mothers. I mean, I worked in the health department and saw hundreds of moms and their children. And it never ceased to amaze me. More than once, I've seen it where a child I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years old, puts their hands on their hips and screams, "I hate you."
Mm,
Mm.
And you watch the mother
mm,
just sort of
melt.
wilt. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh.
and Alloy says to me, children can step on your toes, but the older they get, they step on your heart.
Oh, my mom used to say that.
Yeah. And it's true. It only takes a little bit of words, and the older your children get, the deeper
Mm,
it feels to me.
Mhm.
When little kids say it, and hate's a strong word.
what is a strong
And a
word?
mommy that's, trying her best to do for her children and care for them and everything, and then just because they didn't get the toy they wanted or whatever else,
Mhm.
I hate you,
Mhm. But it
hurts.
hurts, yeah,
Yeah,
no matter what
no
age they
matter
are.
what.
Well,
Especially that first time they say it, you're
and
just
you're trying your absolute best, and then
and where did
that's
they
what you
even
get.
get that?
Yeah, where did they pick that
Where
up
did you
from?
pick that up from? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you I heard that this being said, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, this is so true of us humans," that the third person being born in the world killed the fourth one. So Cain and Abel,
Mm.
um, because he probably said, "I hate you," and hate is just a different way of saying, "I'm killing you with my words."
Mm.
And yeah, it has an incredible presence to the word,
Yeah.
which is killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
does it say about us? Why would you want to kill someone? Yeah, that's a tough one.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Mm,
This is off the course here, of
of
course.
course.
Of
I
course.
think. Why is it, they say dogs are man's best friend, but why is it that as humans, we learn unconditional love from
Mm.
animals, not normally from other human beings? Have you ever thought about that?
Well, would you say that a mom, and I'm not talking
Normally a
about all
mom.
moms, I just want to say that
Yeah.
moms pretty much give unconditional love. I give unconditional love to my daughter.
Well,
I
I think
feel like I
not
do.
everyone has the mother that has unconditional love.
That is true.
So I guess in the if you look at everything, I guess an animal or a dog is the one thing that is a constant
But
of unconditional
but
love.
I hear what you girls are saying. It's just that that's for their children.
Yeah, their offspring.
I'm talking about unconditional love for our fellow man.
Mm.
Who
Well,
else teaches that
Teaches it.
as
Yeah.
animals?
that is
I
true.
guess taught because a mother may have it for their children, but they're
Mm.
not necessarily teaching
Yeah.
that, which is a different
Yeah, it is.
piece. I never really thought about
Yeah, I
that.
haven't thought of that either. That is very true. And there is just nothing more beautiful than just this puppy that just adores you, and they will do anything for you, literally anything.
Oh, yeah, you get home and my dog's up there doing twirls. He just can't wait to see me at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
Wait, our cats do that too. They
They
don't
twirl?
no.
Oh.
But they, in their way, they give unconditional love because they know you're gonna feed them.
They're excited though to
They
see
are.
you.
They
Mhm.
are. But
Yeah.
the power of words is so dangerous. It can kill, but it can also uplift. There's a survey you could do to see what what touches your heart the most. And words of affirmation, I know, is mine. It's the five love languages. I'm sure you
Mhm.
guys have heard of that. So words for me has a very big impact on how I respond, how I feel, and then acts of service too. But words especially, you can kill a
That
relationship.
makes sense
Yeah,
because they say the love language that you desire is the one you give,
that's true.
and you're very good at giving words of
Oh,
affirmation.
thank you.
Yeah, you are.
Thank
Mhm.
you. That's so sweet. But you know what? You can give that to another person that are like wilting because they're not getting their love language being met, which might be quality time. My daughter's quality time.
Mhm.
I suck a little bit at quality time.
Well, and
So,
that's the thing so we're it's hard for us to give other people their love language if it's not the same as
ours.
ours
Yeah, that's
because
true.
it's more just natural for us to do
Yeah,
what we want done to us.
very true.
I'm not, I mean, gifts are not my love
Not
language,
mine
nor are they
either.
one I give. I don't really care about a
But I think it's
gift.
yours.
Is gifts yours? I think gifts might be one of
I
hers.
think, Judy, you're so good at. Well, let me tell you this story.
Oh,
So a
God.
while ago,
What?
I got this. Because just want to say that these two are trying to find me a husband. But so Judy told me this story about there's this package that arrived at her house, and it is beautiful. But I do not get to see it. I do not get to ask any questions about it. Finally, I got this beautiful gift, and the detail of because we were talking about France, and I really want to go to France, and the package, the little bag, the gift bag that it was in from France, all the Eiffel Tower,
Mhm.
so beautifully selected, the paper that it was in. There was a little brooch that had the Eiffel Tower. Just, Judy, that is definitely your gift. That is your gift, is to find that perfect gift and give of yourself to that other person. Maybe not through words,
But
but words is good
your
too.
comment was you wanted to meet a man, go to France and have a croissant
That
in
is
the
true.
outdoor cafes or
Oh, I
whatever.
would love to.
And so
That's what I got.
you got a croissant. It was one of those squishy ones, a stress one, but you got a croissant.
But I think that's where, it's beautiful that we are hearing words
Yeah.
that each other say, and then we are at the
Respond.
point where we can act on them in
Yeah.
our own like realizations. Because
Right.
I would say there's times when Judy could have been like, I really want, a coffee. And I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to go get her a coffee. But now I would be like, oh,
Oof.
she wants a coffee. I should go get her a coffee because I'm
Right.
more aware
To the words,
I'm
to
going to
the
right?
remember
words.
that.
That's
Okay.
good.
I mean, my one friend, she was working, she's got two jobs. So her second job, she's paying off credit cards and paying off her cars and just doing great things. So she's working two jobs. And so her second job, she closes late, and she was saying, oh, I'm going to be so tired in the morning. I wish I would have time to go get Starbucks. I go, I'll go get you Starbucks and bring it to you. She's like, okay. And she thought I was joking. So like I show up at this like track thing her son was at. And I was like, hey, I'm here. And she goes, you seriously brought me coffee?
But she asked.
I'm like, you ask. And I also sometimes I need asking. If you
Okay.
ask me something, I will,
Okay.
yeah, I'll do it. But I
You
don't
need to
always
ask.
think all the time to do something for somebody. I've gotten better, but
Hmm.
it's not something I'm very like long term have done.
So isn't
It's
it
newer.
amazing, even though we know that words have power, how it is said that has power too?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because I'm
Yeah.
not going to necessarily go buy Judy a Bose speaker right now
I
just
like the
because she
radio,
said she
the
wants
whole
Because she
thing.
the
likes it.
The radio CD.
she
Yeah.
goes, I really want to get this thing. It doesn't mean I'm going to go get it for, but it's on my mind now.
Now
If
we
I come
know.
across a Bose
Because
speaker
words have been
because
said.
she said it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's important we don't always have to focus on the bad words.
Correct.
People can say things, you can pull that in, you can make a note for later. But I think it's important to even plant little
Good
seeds.
seeds.
For example, for my son, I was thinking back not that long ago, probably like 6, 7 months ago. I was like, gosh, I really loved when I was in drama in school. I loved being in plays. I had so much fun on stage. It was just such a cool time for me.
Performer.
And I think back to those days and I regret not continuing it. I even tried out for a play a couple years ago and I didn't get it, but it's okay. Like I was like, hey, I'm going to try this. I haven't practiced or done anything, but I went for it. And I told my son, I go, I think you might like drama. I go, I loved it. It was some of the best days of me growing up. And I mean, he's already in high school. He's 16. So I was doing it when I was younger than him. So I planted that seed. Last month, he tells me, oh, I'm going to be at a play rehearsal every night this week because they're doing the play and I'm helping.
Wow.
He's in like doing like behind the scenes stage stuff.
Sure.
And he was like, I don't know. I wish I wouldn't have said yes. I don't know if I want to do it. And I was like, well, you committed. So you're
Good for
going to
you.
go and finish it and do it. And if you don't like it, you don't do it again. But you've got to,
Follow
Follow
through.
through.
they're
Yeah.
counting on you now. You have to do this. And so he's like, okay. And it was like 5 to 10 or 6 to 10 every night during the school week.
Wow.
So he sends me a picture around 8 o'clock and he goes, "This is amazing." And it's him like down some steps and he can see the stage up above. And I read it and I get excited and then I was like, "Oh, I hope he's not being sarcastic." Like, this is amazing because he's like in a basement looking up at nothing, you know? I'm like, I hope he is, but he loved it. He
Wow.
loved it. So the seeds that we plant, they're not
Yeah.
going to grow tomorrow.
Mm.
They're not going to grow
They
in a
need to
month,
be
in
they
a
need to be
week.
watered.
Yes, that you
Mhm.
have to water them, you have to plant them and you see what happens. And
Yeah.
that's
It's
beautiful.
funny the power that words have. They can be
Mhm.
used to build, to inspire others, or it can be used to tear people down,
Mm.
to make them feel inferior and worthless. So think of one word or phrase someone has said to you that still lives in you today. Now think of one word you want to intentionally plant in someone you love this week. Comment on this video right now with both, and let's see the power of words work in real time together. Until next time, God bless.